Well, yesterday, the Department of Justice has directed the FBI to use its full authority to investigate any threats targeting school board officials. This just days after a prominent school board association, the National School Board Association, asked the Biden administration for help against parents who are critical of people who work for the school board and the schools and whatnot. Here to react, Fox News contributor and former Reagan Education Secretary Bill Bennett. Bill, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve. Happy 25th anniversary.
That's right, all this week. Thank you very much, sir. You know, over the last couple of months, we've seen, Loudoun County, elsewhere, parents are upset with critical race theory. They're upset that the kids have got to wear masks and mandates and stuff like this. And now you've got the Attorney General saying, hey, if anybody threatens somebody who works for a school, we need to have the FBI look into whether or not it's a credible threat.
Yeah, the FBI. Now, look, no one should be threatened. No one should be attacked physically. Violence is obviously not appropriate. But this criticism of school board members is entirely appropriate, and given what's going on in the schools, we should have more of it. This is the Empire Strikes Back, Steve.
Right.
Or years ago, when I was education secretary, I termed a phrase called the blob, which is the education establishment. And so you might say this is the revenge of the blob. The blob is striking back. But to use the power of the FBI to suggest that parents should shut up, which is really what they're saying here, and let the schools do whatever they want to do. This notion that parents should not have the major say in the education of their children.
Right.
This is what's at stake right now.
Well, historically, if there is a threat, and I know the National School Board Association cited some guy in, I think, Illinois, went to a school board meeting and punched out one of the people on the board. But there was somebody who apparently, a letter was sent to a school board member in Ohio, and they said, we are coming after you. We are forcing them to wear a mask for no reason in this world other than control. And for that, you will pay dearly. Now, that's something that historically local law enforcement would look into. But now you've got the full weight of the Department of Justice behind it.
Yeah, local law enforcement can handle that. We don't need the power of the FBI. But if they're doing that, maybe they'll go after these people who are following Senator Sinema and others into bathrooms and intimidating them. They're saying this is terrorism, when parents speak up against school board members. No, this is overkill. And this will not go down well, and it shouldn't go down well. Listen, we are in serious discussion here about American schooling. I talked to a parent the other night who said, I pulled all my kids out of public school because the teachers were saying, what gender do you want to be today? What gender do you want to be next week? What pronouns do you like? We're just not doing it. This is full employment for homeschool and religious schools, given the reaction of the public school establishment. I'm trying to fight that with some colleagues. We're trying to take on this whole idea of critical race theory, but in a broad way and in a positive way, offering a full curriculum. It's called The Story of America. It's 8th grade for 8th graders, and they take American history, and then junior year in high school. It's pretty much a requirement all across the country, and it meets state standards, literacy, and history. It's a fantastic program. And rather than curse the darkness, we think we ought to light a candle, and that's what we're trying to do here.
As former Secretary of Education, you just can't stop teaching. So if there are educators who are looking in right now and they're thinking, oh, I want to know more about Bill Bennett's Story of America, how do they access this curriculum? Where do they find it?
Well, we're making it up. We're making it right now. We're putting it together. But you go to the todayfoundation.org, todayfoundation.org. Businessman, entrepreneur Dick Collins in Dallas, a very generous philanthropist, has decided to do this. He's asked me to help with the use of my book, America, the Last Best Hope. And we're going to tell the truth about the American story. I wrote a book, American History, which was very well reviewed. Believe it or not, Steve, by liberals as well as conservatives. They said it was balanced right down the middle. And we're going to make this book available and other lesson plans. It's in English, it's in Spanish. and we think it's the answer to this current debate about American history. Let's get this thing right. Let's tell the truth.
All right. When it's available, come back and we'll talk more. Bill, thank you very much.
And I'll bring a can of mushroom soup, too, next time.
Just rub it in that you can get it. I'm telling you. It's just not available. All
I'm
right.
not sure I can.